Yeah, I mean, especially this last month coming up with the coaches on the break. I think it's been really important for us to we've been staying after a little bit. We've been able to bring the footballs out a lot more than we normally would. We've been throwing a lot. We've been really starting to get a sense of the connections and everything like that. So we're excited. We feel great about all those guys, and like I said, we're excited to see how it unfolds. They all throw a great ball. So I mean, there's no like weird spin or anything like that. They all get it to the right place, and it's just your job to just come down with it.
Jeremy, how much fun is it to play in an offense like this where you know you're going to have Chris Olave on one side of you and Garrett Wilson on the other?
Yeah, it's great. Especially playing an offense as a tight end. You get to do a little bit of everything. So being able to have those weapons on the outside kind of opens it up for other guys, and it also gives you opportunities to show all aspects of your game, whether it's pass protection in the run game or if you're asked to come up big in the pass game. So I think it's having the weapons that we do kind of gives us a lot of opportunities for other guys and for them to space everything out, and it's exciting. I'm excited for this year for our offense. I think we have a lot of talented guys, and I think we all have a good sense of work ethic and drive to be great, to be the greatest offense.
Quarterbacks, do you feel like it's part of your responsibility as a senior guy in this offense to help make it clear where that quarterback is?
Yeah, I think it's important for not only just being a senior, just being a part of this offense. I think it's important for you and your quarterback to have a sense of trust, a sense of connection, and that's not just built during the season. That's not just built on the field. That's built in the locker room. That's built in the media room. That's built everywhere where you can just kind of put your arm around them and just have a chat, how you're feeling, what do you think about this, what do you think about that, and just trying to be there for them. So, like I said before, in the game when they need to trust you and they need to rely on you, that they don't have a problem doing that.
What are you seeing from some of the other tight ends or some of the guys that have had good offseasons?
They're all coming along really well. I'm excited for our room. Everybody does a little bit of everything, and it's definitely going to be something to look forward to this year. It's not going to be all me, trust me. I don't want it to be, and I know I have complete trust. We all have complete trust in those guys, and we're excited to see how it unfolds.
How important is it for you guys to still be able to run those two tight end sets? How much do you think that boosts this offense?
Oh, I think it definitely helps us out a lot. It's way harder to scheme up on defense when you have multiple tight ends who can do different things. It helps out in the run game. It helps out in the pass game in certain situations. So I think being able to have that variety of ways to use tight ends is what really makes our offense stick out a little bit. Having those guys that can do a bunch of different jobs is what's going to help us do that. And I think our room is coming along really well in that aspect. I would say just being able to get back to where we were last year. I think taking it one game at a time, starting with Minnesota. They're going to be a great team. Going on the road is definitely tough in the Big Ten, especially with the fans coming back out. So being able to go take it game by game, hopefully just keep taking all the little things and making them the big things, and just looking up at the scoreboard at the end of each game after giving everything you have, and hopefully coming out on top. I think all the individual things will come if you really put your mind to really improve in all the aspects of my game. So I've taken a step to just try and becoming a better eater, eating better food, but being a better route runner, being a better blocker, trying to do everything I can to maximize this last year because it's terminal, and I don't want to have this year look back on anything and regret anything. So taking this year as knowing that it's coming to an end has definitely opened my mind and made me realize that I can't really be messing around as much as I usually do.
When you were young, you relied on Luke Farrell. That was a guy at your position. Now, the quarterback's not really a guy that they can rely on. Is that bringing the entire offense together, or the entire team together, that it's almost everybody's responsibility to take these guys on?
Yeah, I definitely can see how that could be a thing. Like I said, Justin was great at bringing everybody together. He was a great leader, and I think he rubbed off on those guys. And Kyle coming in, he's picked up our culture really well, whether it's in the weight room or on the field. He's bought in, so I think all three of those guys got a sense of what it takes, and I think they have a great support system around them to help them do that.
Would there be a better situation for you starting quarterback than this?
I don't think so. I think our offensive line is going to play extremely well, as you guys know. I think that our weapons around him are just going to make them that much easier to just step into a situation and be able to trust everybody because you've seen it, we've lived it, and now it's just up to them to just be themselves and play to the level of their training, which we train we train hard in all aspects of the game, whether it's mental and emotional and physical. So I'm excited to see how it unfolds. Yeah, you definitely take pride in it. Coming here, I definitely saw myself as a Big Ten player. I don't really like the heat that much, but like I said, Big Ten tight ends have always had a tradition of being those dudes who can kind of do it all. I think that's something I take pride in. Is I could have been able to go somewhere and kind of just been a one-dimensional player, but I really chose to come to Ohio State to really maximize my potential and try and be an all-around player. And I think I've taken steps towards that. There's still room to improve, but I'm excited and I'm definitely proud of that. Mitch Rossi. Yeah, it's my dude. He does everything.
Is that a lot of the pitch in recruiting from other schools? Like, if you come here with really long
I definitely heard some of it. It wasn't really a main pitch, but it kind of was figured that, and especially from their past of seeing of how they played, and I definitely didn't dislike it. I obviously you'd love to get catches and stuff like that, but I knew coming here with Coach Mick and the culture that's set here, the brotherhood, that you're going to be, everything inside of you is going to be brought out, and you're going to have to be the toughest, the hardest player in order to even step on the field. So I knew coming here I would have to improve in so many aspects of run blocking and pass protection and everything like that before I could even step on the field. So earning that trust and earning that durability and toughness of playing at Ohio State has definitely shaped me into the player I feel like I am right now.
You have 3 games in your career with 2 touchdown catches. Can you tell sometimes early on in the game, hey, maybe this is the game we're going to get it more the way the defense is playing us, or do you not really get that feeling?
Yeah, you can kind of. I would say sometimes you can tell when you might have a couple big plays coming your way. Coach stays really adamant on finding those things and being able to get in and out of them during the game. So you kind of hear a play you see a play on the signal and you kind of know it can come your way. So you just want to be able to press pause, relax, know that, just trust your training, and then hopefully it'll work out in your favor. So I would say you definitely have a sense of being able to know if something's coming your way, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to your training and being able to make the play when it comes your way.
Do you know sometimes you guys, in the course of the game, set something up for you? Like even like a 36-yarder, I guess that was first quarter against me. But then sometimes I have all 28 of your catches.
Did your homework?
I asked you to go catch by catch.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, your memory doesn't seem so good. I thought maybe you were that locked in. You're too much of a team player.
That's it.
Are you guys setting people up sometimes? Can you tell, hey, listen, I already know they're playing this. There's going to be a moment where you're going to get down the field and kind of tell them in the course of the game that that's coming.
I think it goes down to the preparation. I've never seen someone work as hard as Coach Day does and our offensive staff on just preparing us, being able to really study. I learned so much about defenses and everything like that just by sitting in those meetings with the coaching staff. It's important to just see what they look at, how they think, and just listening to that is amazing, and seeing what they talk about. And as you see it, the game plan starts coming together. They stress on why we're doing things. They don't just tell you what plays you're running. They really give you a reason why. So once you're in the game and you see the front or you see the coverage in the back end, you start to realize, okay, this could be coming pretty soon. This would work. This wouldn't work. You realize why we check out of things. So I think it's important to see that. And like I said, we have the utmost trust in our coaching staff because we know we're not going to be put in a bad situation as far as play calling wise.
How do you find that balance? It's hard for teams to defend 2 tight end sets, but you've got a ton of talented receiver that also how do you make that work?
I think at the end of the day, it's depending on the situation that we're in. Whether it's we need to take a shot, we need to do something like that. That's all dependent on personnel. So being able to trust the guys that are in, knowing that we've all been through the same training, we've all been through the same workouts, been through the same practices. We know that everybody can do it. So it's just a matter of being in there and then just being competitively excellent. So at the end of the day, I think that the more you worry about how many balls you're going to catch, all about me, the less you really get. So if you're just worried about the team stuff, the ball will find you. I found that in my career is that when I started to be like, okay, like I'm kind of, when a game or two without a catch, I start really starting to think about the wrong things. And once I start thinking about, okay, I need to really do this to help the team win, a ball finds your way in the end zone. So I think that's the biggest kind of thought process I've learned as maturing is that you kind of don't want to look for things. You kind of want to just play in the moment and just trust everybody.
How long did it take you to do that?
I think it kind of leaning on Luke Farrell because he's the most unselfish player. He ended up not getting his first touchdown until the Clemson game last year. He never had a bad attitude about anything. He never said anything. So, like I said before, he's just the dude that I always leaned on, and I could just tell. So, a few times we'd get frustrated. We joke around a lot in the tight end room, but at the end of the day, we know what it takes to win, and that takes us playing in the run game as hard as we can. So, I think that it took me a little bit just to coming in and realizing what it takes to actually play here. You can't just step on the field day one and just start playing. Especially at tight end, you got to really learn the ropes of how to handle yourself because you're not just going to be split out wide every play. You're going to be in the box playing the big boy stuff. So I think that's what's really important for me was really getting that experience of, okay, you're in the moment. Don't be thinking about anything else other than your job, and it'll come your way.
I can ask about one more catch specifically. What you guys were talking about, how big the Clemson game was last year. In fact, you catch the touchdown pass to break the 14-14 tie for you guys. What's that moment like when it's such a big thing for the team and then you get an opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can be trusted enough to make a play like that, it's definitely special. Not tight ends are always on field goals, so you don't really get to run off and celebrate it that much. But I mean, looking up at the big screen and seeing your name get called, seeing the replay is definitely special. But at the end of the day, you're expected to do it. We expect it. We don't get surprised when it comes our way. Even though it might not be that much as the other guys, we definitely expect it and we're ready for the moment. So, like I said before, whether it's one catch or whether it's 35, 40 catches this year, however many come my way, as long as I'm focused on the right things, my mind's in the right place, I think that I'm completely confident in what our team can do.
Do you have a favorite block?
I had a few of them last year that I was proud of. We go over it. There's a lot that I remember more of my missed blocks than my favorite blocks, though. I'll tell you that.
So I've got all of your blocks down.
Trade info there.
Does the fact that you remember every catch that's made mean to you that maybe you should step on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember them all, but it's like I said before, it's a matter of being in the right place at the right time. It's not always up to you, but at the end of the day, like I said before, if I get one catch, if I get 40, as long as the team's doing good and I feel like I'm improving my game in all aspects, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to see us go far.
It's kind of being smart.
It's all good.
Urban Meyer was always praised you every time your name has come up. Do you feel like you've even more enhanced your video to the next level for what they're going to be?
I think the expectations of me coming out were, like I said, kind of putting up those numbers, being that guy. But I'm super proud of how I've developed. It's a developmental position, and you can't always get away with just being a one-dimensional guy. And I wanted to be the guy that could kind of do it all. I still have so much room to improve. I know that. I've been working towards that with the coaching staff. But I definitely take pride in development and where I came from, not putting my hand down at all in high school. It's my first time in fall camp, really putting my hand in the dirt. So, I mean, it's definitely something that I'm proud of, seeing how far I've come. But at the same time, I could just see how much more I can improve in. And I'm excited. Just everything I see that I can get better at, I just want to just keep working at it because I know that I can be that much better. Yeah, I mean, once or twice on like a couple trick plays or stuff like that. But yeah, I was split out every play. I mean, I think we have the makings to be something very special. I think the experience of the guys that are coming back, although it's not many, I think that we bring a lot of experience in big games and big moments, and I think that being able to portray that with the youth is going to be a perfect blend. I think that quarterbacks are all doing really well, and I'm excited to see how they play, and it's going to be exciting to watch. Yeah.
Your freshman year, that game was at home. You remember the environment?
Yeah. That was definitely that was one of my favorite moments being here, was seeing the fans storm the field. It's my freshman year, so I'm kind of still getting used to a lot of things, and that was my first experience of that. And, having having the opportunity to play them at home and missing that last year was kind of tough. Realizing that was the last time you really would be able to play them at home. But like I said, we respect the rivalry, and we know what comes with it. So anytime you get a chance to play them, it's going to be special, and we're excited for it this year.
In the moment, it's just the game not canceled with that sucks.
Yeah.
You just kind of
Yeah.
take a step back and realize, oh shoot, the only time I'm ever going to play Michigan at home.
Yeah.
I'm 18 and still kind of divided.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was definitely tough. We were excited last year. We thought we had a good game plan going, and like I said, one of the toughest things about last year was just practicing with the uncertainty. So it was kind of really big for the leaders to try and get on the guys, make sure that their mind's in the right place, because at any given moment, for example, we're on the way to play Illinois on the bus to the airport, and we find out that the game gets canceled. So we went a whole week of preparing, a whole week of practice. The coaches stayed till 11 p.m. at night, and then all of a sudden the game was canceled. So the uncertainty of it, looking back at it, I'm just proud of how our team played, how we persevered through that whole situation. And like I said, it stinks looking back at it for that reason you brought up, playing the team of North at home. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we're all safe and we're all back, and we had a pretty good year.
So all the build-up that goes into that game, and the week before,
Yeah.
all the 365 days, you get to suffer to play that game. Does that add more kind of fuel to be going into this one?
I think that you kind of appreciate it more. Like I said, you start to appreciate being in the moment. For example, like the freshman class last year and this freshman class this year, which makes up a pretty decent amount of our team, have never been in a game. So we talk about it with our strength staff all the time, is that how some of these guys don't know what it's like, and being able to lead on these leaders and show that nothing's guaranteed, nothing can happen. So knowing what it's been like being there, playing in the game, and relaying that to the guys, it's going to be exciting to see this year with a bunch of the first-year guys.
So you saw every final Michigan State
Yeah.
yesterday. What was your thoughts?
I respect it. I respect the rivalry. It's a rivalry for a reason, and like I said, we respect it. We live it. We train for it. So, like I said, we're excited to play, and we just respect the rivalry with the two traditional programs that go way back. And like I said, we can't wait to get back and hopefully continue it this year.
Sitting here right now, it's just camp opens compared to a year ago. Y'all had canceled spring. Did these disjointed workouts through the summer. Can you sense the difference in the team, its development? What's just your sense? I know more reps you get into past that, you sense more of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can just being around the guys more. I think that's what was big. It took a little bit for us to get together last year because of the fact that we were apart for most of it. We would just be practicing. We had a fall camp for like a couple days last year, and then we get told that you don't have a season, and then we're just practicing just to prepare for anything. So it's kind of like, what are we doing here? Like, we obviously want to be prepared for anything, but we need answers, and it was definitely a little tough for the guys. But this year it's definitely different because you kind of have a goal to work towards. You're training different because you're playing for 15 games, hopefully, instead of 8 last year. So the season's longer, but at the end of the day, it's what we came here for. It's what we came here to play for, and we're excited for week 1.
How seriously do you take considering examples of my
I think it's huge because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the player I am. So I don't say that lightly. I'm not ashamed to say it. I was a highly recruited player, obviously, but that doesn't mean anything when you step on campus at Ohio State. You have to be able to do a lot of things that he did really well, and being able to watch it firsthand, front row seat of seeing what it took to play at Ohio State was definitely huge for me. So I don't want to be the guy that needed it, and then now that I'm kind of in that role of being the leader, being the guy, I don't want to be the one to kind of brush off the fact that I needed that. So I want to be that guy for the younger guys.
I know you guys didn't get the win against Bama. What was the family and friends' reaction to your catch?
There was some excitement. We kind of, again, like Luke deserves a lot of credit for that because the first drive of the game, he had the same play and kind of it opened up, and we went over to the sideline, talked with the quarterbacks, and said how it still looked open. So if it got called again, to make sure you give us an extra look, and it ended up being called again, and we were able to convert on it. So just like stuff like that was why Luke and all those guys just being so unselfish, being such a team player. That's what I learned, and that's why I base my game off.
This will be the last question. The little things right, the eating right, and all that. Do you notice a tangible difference in how you're able to perform once you start doing those things?
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more energized. I feel faster. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I think it's just about like your mindset of you're doing this for a goal, and you start getting positive feedback from it from others, and you start feeling really good about yourself. So I think that changing my diet, making sure getting a little bit more lean, working on some things in my game, I think that leading towards the season is something that I'm going to be able to lean on. And like Coach Day says, you don't play up to the competition, you play down to your training. So just training hard, trying to be there, so in the big moments you don't really gotta you don't react to anything, you're kind of anticipating stuff.
When did you get to the point that you realized you needed to maybe improve your diet or do those little things better?
I think looking back at the end of the season, I kind of took a step back, watched every play that on film that I had. I saw some tendencies that I had that I want to change. So that's the football aspect. But as far as the diet stuff, I kind of felt like I could make changes in that aspect. I saw Justin do it. I think that it would definitely help me. I kind of had to eat a lot when I was younger to kind of put on the weight to play tight end here. But now that I'm kind of steady with my weight, I kind of wanted to not lose a lot of weight, but change my body. So I've kind of stayed at the same weight, but I've lost a couple percent body fat. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully we can see how it works during the year.
One quick. Do you have anything, name, image, and likeness wise you didn't ask this earlier? You got anything in the pipeline? What's coming down the road for you? How are you approaching it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking it slow. It's kind of, for us older guys, it's our last year, so I don't want to be distracted by any of that. Obviously, if something positive comes my way, I'm going to take a look at it, have some people I know look at it, and hopefully some opportunities come in that aspect. But we're a couple of weeks out from camp. I haven't really thought too much about it. Ohio State's done a great job of educating us on how to read contracts, how to deal with taxes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and I'm not really sure I want to just go full steam into it when we have this big season coming up. It's my last year, so I'm chasing a bigger check.
Thank you, Jeremy.
15%, 14%.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing, and come visit us over at BuckeyeGrove.com for all the best Ohio State information on the web.